Hello everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'd like to introduce you to this brilliant Lenovo ThinkPad X250. Although it's been around for about 10 years now, it remains one of my favorite ultra-portable ThinkPads. It's very lightweight, the keyboard is excellent, it's easy to maintain, the battery life is still outstanding. Most importantly, it still runs modern Linux distributions very smoothly. Today's operating system is Voyager 24.04 LTS. Voyager has always been one of the most visually appealing Ubuntu-based Linux distributions. Unlike a standard Ubuntu installation, Voyager places great emphasis on visual design, productivity, carefully curated software, and a desktop environment that is elegant without being overly complex. Many Linux users choose Voyager because it offers a professionally customized experience straight out of the box. Voyager provides an attractive desktop from the outset, without the need to spend hours changing themes, installing extensions, adjusting the dock, or configuring widgets. Today we're going to install it from scratch on this ThinkPad X250. The first step is to obtain the Voyager ISO file. For this step, you will need a fully functional computer with an internet connection. Open your web browser, search for Voyager Linux on Google, and visit the official Voyager website. The address is voyagerlive.org on the Voyager official website. Click on Ubuntu in the top right-hand corner. You will then see several versions of Voyager. Locate the 24.04 LTS version and click on it to be redirected to the download page. On the Voyager 24.04 download page, click the download button below it. You will then be redirected to the SourceForge download page. Once the countdown has finished, the download will start automatically. The Voyager 24.04 ISO file is approximately 4.4 GB in size, which usually takes a little time, so please be patient. Once you have obtained the Voyager ISO file, you will need to create a bootable USB drive. This will serve as your installation medium. To do this, I strongly recommend using the Rufus tool on Windows, or the Balena Etcher tool on Windows, macOS, or Linux. Both tools are free, open source, and very easy to use. Once you have downloaded the Voyager ISO file and installed Etcher, insert your USB drive. When you open Etcher, you will find the interface is very straightforward. 3 steps will be displayed on the screen. Step 1. Flash from file. Click this button, navigate to the location where you saved the Voyager ISO file, and select it. Step 2. Select target. Insert the USB drive into your computer, then click Select Target. Etcher will display the available drives. Be very careful to select your USB drive and not any other drive. Etcher helpfully labels the drives, showing their capacity and name, which helps to avoid selecting the wrong one. However, you should still double-check carefully. Step 3. Flash. Once you have confirmed the ISO file and the target drive, click the Flash button. Etcher will prompt you to enter administrator or sudo credentials. This is normal, as writing to the drive requires higher privileges. Enter your password and confirm. This process may take a few minutes, depending on the speed of your USB drive. You will see a progress bar. Please do not remove the USB drive or close the Etcher program whilst this is in progress. Once the writing process is complete, Etcher will automatically run a verification step, reading the content just written to ensure it matches the source file. This serves as another effective integrity check. Upon completion, you will receive a confirmation message. Do not format the USB drive once this is finished. Simply eject it safely. Once the Voyager USB boot drive has been created, insert it into the ThinkPad X250. Switch on the ThinkPad X250. As soon as the ThinkPad logo appears on the screen, press the F1 key repeatedly to enter the BIOS setup. Step 1. In the BIOS, navigate to Restart. Set OS Optimized Defaults to Enabled. Step 2. Press the F9 key to restore the default settings. Step 3. Navigate to Security, select Secure Boot and set it to Disable. Step 4. Press the F10 key to save and exit. The ThinkPad X250 will now restart. When the Lenovo boot screen appears again, press the F12 key to enter the boot menu. In the boot menu, select Boot from USB HDD and press Enter to confirm. We have now reached the Voyager boot menu. Here we can see that there are several options available, but to ensure a smooth standard installation on older hardware, the default option is usually the best choice. So the first option, Try or Install Voyager, is the one we want selected and press the Enter key to confirm your choice. Our ThinkPad X250 laptop will load the fully featured Voyager Live desktop directly from the USB drive. It runs entirely from the USB drive without accessing our internal hard drive. Even on older hardware such as the ThinkPad X250, Voyager loads quite quickly. It took about a minute. We then entered the Voyager Live desktop, where we selected Try Voyager. Within this Voyager Live desktop environment, you can test whether all the hardware on the ThinkPad X250 is working properly. For example, Wi-Fi, audio, the touchpad, the keyboard, and USB ports. This is your chance to identify any compatibility issues before installation. You can also use the live environment to access your existing drives. If you haven't yet wiped the data, you can copy any files you need, although you should have backed them up already. Within Voyager's live desktop, you can also test or try out the operating system's various features. All of this ensures that Voyager is compatible with your ThinkPad X250's hardware before installation. If the tests are all successful, we can begin the installation. Click the Install Voyager icon to launch the installer. The Voyager installer is a graphical installer. It has a clean interface and is intuitive to use, and it will guide us step by step through the entire installation process. Step 1. Set your preferred language. This is usually set to your preferred language by default, but you can scroll through the list and select any language you prefer. This determines the display language of the installer interface, and, more importantly, will automatically configure the system's regional settings, keyboard layout, and some system prompts. Click Continue to proceed. Step 2. Set your keyboard layout. You can also test your keyboard layout in the text box provided. Here I have selected the US English keyboard layout, so unless you are using a different layout, please select this one. Click Continue to proceed. Step 3. Set up your network. Once this computer is connected to a Wi-Fi network, we will be able to install third-party software, download updates, automatically detect the time zone, and install full support for our chosen language. Here I have chosen not to connect to a Wi-Fi network at this time. Click Continue to proceed. Step 4. Updates and other software settings. Here we select Normal Installation and also choose to install third-party software for graphics and Wi-Fi hardware, as well as other media formats. Click Continue to proceed. Step 5. Select the installation type. For most users, particularly if you wish to make Voyager your sole operating system, or if you are able to erase everything on the ThinkPad X250's hard drive, please select Erase the disk and install Voyager. This is the simplest option and is strongly recommended for most users installing Voyager as their sole operating system. It will erase your entire hard drive and automatically create the necessary partitions. If you choose this option, please ensure you have backed up your data. Click Install Now to continue. At this point, the installer will ask you to confirm the changes to the disk. Please read the warning carefully and only click Continue if you are absolutely certain. Step 6. Set your location. Click on your region on the map or select your continent from the drop-down menu, then choose your city or region. This will set your location and time zone, ensuring that your clock is always accurate. Click Continue to proceed. Step 7. Create your user account. Enter your full name, your username, computer name, and password. Here, you can also tick the boxes to require a strong password, to log in automatically without entering a password, and to set the administrator account to use the same password as the user. Be sure to remember your password, as you will need it to log into the system and perform administrative tasks in future. Click Continue to proceed. Step 8. The system begins installation. During this time, the installer will copy files, install the system, and configure everything. The installer will copy files from the USB drive to the hard drive, install the bootloader, and configure the system. On this ThinkPad X250 laptop, the Voyager installation process actually took around 7 minutes. During this time, you will see a progress bar and various messages explaining what is happening at each stage, as well as Voyager slides. You do not need to do anything at this stage. Step 9. Installation complete. The installer informs us that Voyager has been successfully installed. We can now choose to restart and boot into the new system, or continue using the Voyager live environment. We will now click Restart Now to restart the computer and apply the new operating system. Once the screen goes black during the restart, you must remove the USB installation media. This is crucial to ensure your ThinkPad X250 does not attempt to boot from the USB again. The familiar Lenovo logo appears. A few seconds later, the Grub bootloader silently completes its task. Then we see Voyager's boot animation. It's clean, elegant, uncomplicated. The system continues to load services in the background. Unlike years ago, modern Linux distributions hide most of the technical boot information from the average user. What we see is not page after page of scrolling text, but a calm and refined boot experience. Just a few seconds later, the Voyager desktop appears. For a laptop that's been in use for over a decade, this speed is truly remarkable. The desktop has finished loading. It immediately feels as though everything is much faster than in the live USB environment. Applications launch more quickly. Animations feel smoother. File browsing is more responsive. This improvement is exactly what we expected. An SSD is much faster than a USB flash drive, especially once the operating system has been fully optimized for the hardware. Now that Voyager is fully installed, we can shake off the constraints of the live environment and enjoy the convenience of the desktop to the full. The wallpaper looks fantastic. The dock is sleek. The icons are crisp and consistent in style. Every element has been carefully designed. This is one of the reasons why Voyager has such a loyal following. Many Linux distributions offer excellent operating systems, but expect users to spend hours customizing their appearance. Voyager takes a different approach. The desktop is already set up. We can install Voyager today and start using it for work straight away, without having to change any visual settings. For many people, this is exactly what we want. Now let's talk about today's operating systems, Voyager 24.04 LTS. If you've never heard of the Voyager spacecraft before, you're certainly not the only one. It isn't one of the largest Linux distributions. It doesn't make the headlines. It isn't promoted by major companies. Yet over the years, Voyager has quietly developed a loyal community. Voyager is based on Ubuntu. This means that beneath its highly customized exterior lies one of the most mature Linux foundations available today. Long-term support, excellent hardware compatibility, a vast software repository, comprehensive community documentation, reliable updates. But Voyager isn't just Ubuntu with a different wallpaper. Quite the opposite. Its developers have spent years crafting a desktop environment that looks stunning from the moment you first log in. Many Linux distributions deliberately maintain a minimalist style. Voyager takes a different approach. Its aim is to provide an attractive desktop interface immediately after installation. Themes, dogs, widths, carefully selected applications, exquisite icons, subtle animations, a fully featured desktop environment. Some people love this approach. Others prefer to build everything from scratch themselves. Personally, I appreciate both approaches. Sometimes I like to start from almost nothing. Other times, it's refreshing when someone else has already done an excellent job of the design work. I've always noticed that one of Voyager's distinctive features is that it seems to attract users who value not only functionality, but also aesthetics. Computers are tools, but they are also part of our environment. If you spend 8 hours a day staring at your computer desktop, why not make it a pleasure to look at? Why shouldn't the colors complement one another? Why shouldn't window animations transition smoothly? Why shouldn't the icons be carefully designed? Wanting software that is a pleasure to use is by no means a superficial desire. Good design reduces friction. Good design encourages exploration. Good design makes the computer less intimidating. Voyager embodies this philosophy. Another major advantage is that it is based on Ubuntu 24.04 LTS. Long-term support means stability, security updates, predictable maintenance, extensive software compatibility. Most online Linux tutorials are very effective. Most applications install without a hitch. The drivers are generally excellent. Documentation is readily available. This is particularly valuable for beginners. If this is your first time installing a Linux system, Ubuntu remains one of the safest options for getting started. Voyager builds upon this solid foundation whilst offering a more refined visual experience. Some people might ask why I'm using Voyager with a ThinkPad X250. Why not install Voyager on a gaming laptop, or an Ultrabook, or brand new hardware? Because I find that the X250 and Voyager complement each other remarkably well. The hardware is practical. The operating system is exceptionally elegant. One provides reliability, the other lends it character. Neither tries to be something it isn't. Together, they create a machine that's a genuine pleasure to use, not because it's the fastest, but because it's well balanced. Some combinations of hardware and software complement each other perfectly. The ThinkPad X250 and Voyager 24.04 LTS feel like one such combination. The X250 offers reliable, enterprise-grade hardware. Voyager provides a clean, modern Linux desktop environment. Neither attempts to be something it is not. The ThinkPad does not claim to be a gaming laptop. Voyager does not claim to be the lightest Linux distribution ever. Instead, both focus on delivering a reliable and enjoyable everyday computing experience. This honesty is a breath of fresh air. So, now that I've completed this installation, what are my honest thoughts? The ThinkPad X250 remains an excellent Linux laptop. Voyager 24.04 LTS remains one of the most appealing Ubuntu-based distributions available today. Together, they form a reliable, user-friendly, and powerful system, even though it's been around for a few years now. Would I be happy to use it as a spare laptop? Yes. Would I recommend it to students? Absolutely. Would I recommend it to anyone interested in learning Linux? Without hesitation. If my workload required more processing power, would I replace it with a more modern machine? Of course. Choosing the right tools is crucial. But for everyday computing, this ThinkPad will still do the job for a long time to come. That concludes today's installation. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out the program notes. Thank you for watching. See you in our next video.